The top actor's secret account was exposed. Not only did he use it to obsessively support me, but he also fiercely argued with my anti-fans. When public opinion reached its peak, he directly switched to his main account. What's wrong with supporting my wife? As a rising star in the entertainment industry, I have an extremely dedicated top fan. He's the admin of my fan club, always leading the charge in voting campaigns. His edited photos and promotional materials consistently outshine other fan bases. He maintains my social media metrics flawlessly, never letting me fall behind. Moreover, he relentlessly confronts anti-fans. Whenever negative comments appear where he can see them, he launches into passionate defenses of me. This reputation has reached the point where fans now tag him to handle online disputes. Touched by his devotion, I've repeatedly offered to meet him privately during fan events. Yet he always declines with increasingly bizarre excuses: urgent business meetings or sudden house fires. His reluctance made me question if he truly was my fan. What real fan wouldn't want to meet their idol? Today's trending hashtags answered everything with devastating clarity. Hashtag Ethan Williams secret account. Hashtag Ethan Williams is Hannah's top fan. Hashtag scandal exposed. My trembling fingers opened the viral posts. Detailed comparison charts showed matching IP addresses between Ethan's known locations and my top fan's activity logs. The smoking gun? A live stream screenshot where Ethan's iPad clearly displayed my fan's voting interface account avatar visible. Username partially showing Sweetie. Countless digital breadcrumbs left no room for doubt. My mind reeled. Ethan Williams, the cold, detached A-lister, was actually Sweetie Martinez, my most passionate supporter? Horrifying memories resurfaced. I'd confided in Sweetie about Ethan during our collaboration. Don't let his polished image fool you off camera. He's all stern professionalism, honestly. His resting face looked slightly paralyzed. The scandal exploded. Fans mourned their crumbling illusion of Ethan's aloof persona. Yet loyalists clung to denial. Digging up old interview footage where Hannah and Ethan famously ignored each other's zero chemistry. Mutual disdain palpable in every icy glance. We once acted as a couple in a variety show segment, only to be labeled the least chemistry-filled on-screen pair. Jokers even claimed our shared screen time radiated divorced couple vibes. With this reputation, how could anyone suspect us of secretly being each other's superfans? Scrolling through comments, I smirked. Little did they know every detail they saw was carefully curated. Because I'm actually Ethan's top fan too. But unlike him, I'm meticulous. I'd never log into alternate accounts consecutively or leave signed and burner accounts exposed. The scandal forced me to wipe my alt accounts overnight, obliterating all traces. Being exposed would have been mortifying. Emily's call came as I finished deleting login records. The agent wheezed with laughter through the phone. Who knew stone-faced Ethan had this side? Ha ha ha. Her amusement felt oddly personal. I mumbled non-committally. After more chuckles, Emily finally said, "His team wants a fall guy. We need you to provide staged photos." I agreed instantly. The patsy became Ethan's assistant, rebranded as my ultimate die-hard fan to explain matching IP addresses and that leaked livestream screenshot. Ethan's side offered a $100,000 hush money deal, shockingly cheap for his caliber. Backstage at my old fan meet venue, Ethan waited in an unremarkable sedan, cap pulled low. His phone screen glowed with Twitter refresh spamming. I swaggered over and chirped, "Sweetie, hello." Ethan glared upward, trapped. His screen revealed today's trending topics. His agent smacked his shoulder in frustration. "If you're gonna use burner accounts, at least be careful." Ethan stayed silent, fueling my smugness. Post-photo shoot. Ethan muttered something about clarifications while scrolling. I ignored him. Damage control was obvious. Minutes later, my phone buzzed. Ethan posted, "Voting for my wife problem?" I gasped, clicking as the tweet vanished. My wide eyes met Ethan's tense jawline. Wrong account. Both agents froze. Ethan's massive following ensured screenshots spread like wildfire despite the deletion. The news spread rapidly. When Emily and I locked eyes, we both saw the same 3 words reflected in each other's gaze: we're screwed. Twitter crashed. The hashtag Ethan Hannah romance trended with a blazing fire emoji. The swiftly deleted tweet screenshot remained prominently displayed at the top. Comments flooded in like mourners at a funeral. I don't approve of this marriage. Our ultimate divorce material ship actually got married? Ethan. Blink twice if you need help. Sweetie. Say something. The architect of this chaos sat across from me, calmly scrolling through the outrage. I glared at him intensely from the side. Truthfully, most fans weren't objecting due to perceived mismatched status or personal dislike. The overwhelming sentiment was that we looked like humanoid oil and water. His fans despised me. Mine loathed him. Our agents circled the room like caged tigers. Ethan's manager broke first. Ethan needs to start filming his new project soon. This timing is disastrous. Emily immediately countered. Hannah has variety show commitments too. After 30 seconds of tense silence, they reached consensus. Since it's already happened, let's monetize the controversy by promoting the CP. I gaped in disbelief. Excuse me? Emily grasped my hands with performative sincerity. Hannah, the benefits outweigh the risks for your career. My face clearly displayed my enthusiasm level, reluctant. JPG. Ethan straightened with mock solemnity. For the company's interests, I'll endure any hardship, he declared, glancing pointedly at me. Resistance now would brand me as unprofessional. I hated this. Emily comforted, sweetie. This will skyrocket your career. I forced a smile. My reluctance wasn't about fake dating Ethan. I feared our act might expose what I'd hidden for years, the embarrassing reality that my carefully crafted indifference masked genuine feelings. Ethan entered his filming schedule as planned. My mission: make strategically timed secret visits to his set. Visible enough for paparazzi but discreet enough for plausible deniability. Sunglasses and face mask in place. I lingered conspicuously near the crew's back entrance. After exchanging meaningful eye contact with the lurking photographer, I sneaked inside. Ethan was rehearsing an intense scene with Lily when I arrived. The actress had famously declared during casting that she'd only joined the production to work with him. I couldn't help but chuckle to myself. It's just another work day. Yet she made it sound so dramatic. The scene was cliché, the typical accidental kiss between the female lead and male lead. Lily Davis clung desperately to Ethan Williams. But Ethan abruptly called cut. I said we'd use camera angles for the kissing scene. What are you doing? He looked irritated. Lily batted her eyelashes innocently. But a real kiss would make the scene more authentic. Ethan held up 3 fingers. Third time. 3 strikes. You're out. The director, not wanting to offend anyone, quickly agreed. By the end of filming, Lily was pouting dramatically while Ethan spotted me across the set. Ignoring her grip on his sleeve, he strode over and teased. Working hard. I see. I grinned. You're the one slacking. He laughed, unfazed, and casually brushed a strand of hair from my face. Shouldn't a fake girlfriend bring snacks? Rookie move. Hannah. I cupped his jaw playfully, pinching his cheek. What'll it be next time? Sweetie? Mango smoothie? Bubble tea? Ethan froze mid-retort as the director approached. Hannah. Here to visit? I nodded. The director sighed. You know, we originally sent the script to your agency. Shame it got snatched. I stayed silent. My agent Emily had mentioned the role vanished before I even saw it, no surprise. Since Ethan's involvement turned this mediocre project into gold. Ethan's smile faded. Noticing the tension, the director changed subjects. Actually, we've got a guest role left, the male lead's toxic first love. Interested? My eyes lit up. Torturing Ethan on screen? Delicious. After texting Emily, I accepted. Later, scrolling through trending topics, I snorted. Paparazzi truly deserved raises. Hashtag Hannah Johnson visits Ethan Williams on set. Hashtag sweet interaction between the two. Fans were losing it. Did y'all see Ethan fix Hannah's hair? Softest man alive. She was literally holding his face. His smile? I'm deceased. They've gone from divorced energy to married couple vibes. We won. This time, I was quite satisfied. As I scrolled, I unconsciously opened my chat window with Sweetie Martinez. Our conversation still showed my last invitation for him to meet me backstage. There's a gas leak at my place. Gotta handle it. I'll cheer for you next time. Crying emoji, me, no worries. Stay safe. You've got this. Heart emoji. Now that I'd seen through his act, these messages looked downright hilarious. A mischievous urge hit me. I typed, "Sweetie, asleep yet?" To my surprise, he replied instantly. Imagining him fuming on the other side of the screen gave me endless amusement. Just as I prepared to tease him further, he sent a screenshot, my scathing remarks about Ethan. Sweetie threatened, slandering colleagues? Careful, or I'll expose your dirt. I feigned innocence. Aren't you my sweet sweetie anymore? Angry emoji, Hannah. You're going to pay for this. On the first day of filming, following Ethan's reminder, I brought drinks for the entire crew. But when I got to Ethan, the Starbucks was all gone. Under his puzzled gaze, I sweetly handed him a cup. Made this myself. Nearby crew members swooned. So romantic. Ethan looked momentarily dazed before accepting the cup. He sniffed it and froze. The assistant director peered over. What did Hannah get you? I explained brightly, freshly squeezed bitter melon juice. Grabbing Ethan's arm with mock concern, I added, I worried he'd get heatstroke filming in this weather. Perfect for cooling down. Ethan stared at me, his face cycling through every hue except happiness. The AD blinked. Wait, doesn't Ethan hate bitter melon? I smiled, pinching Ethan's waist. Ethan, tell them, do you love it? He stiffened, shooting me a death glare before forcing out, Lou, love it. He took a huge gulp, nearly gagging. The AD clapped Ethan's back. See? I keep telling you young folks to eat your veggies. To me. He sighed fondly, the power of love. I just kept smiling. That night, the incident went mildly viral. Hashtag Ethan chugs bitter melon juice for love. Hashtag love really changes your taste buds. Hashtag. Remember when Ethan barely sipped bitter melon juice on that variety show? Now he's downing a whole cup. Is this bitter melon juice? No. This is pure love. So touching. I'm going to make bitter melon juice for my boyfriend right away. The captions paired with blurry photos looked utterly ridiculous. As a professional actress, I usually don't break character easily. Unless I really can't help it. Since I was only making a guest appearance, my scenes were limited. Though my character was a heartbreaker, I felt satisfied having emotionally devastated Ethan. My final scene was the farewell with Ethan. There was supposed to be a kissing scene. I didn't mind since we'd agreed to fake it through camera angles. Playing an ice-cold woman showing no emotion wasn't challenging. The director instructed, Hannah, remember to stand here and tilt your head slightly this way. Otherwise the angle won't work. I nodded, carefully positioning myself for what felt like ages. But when the camera rolled, Ethan suddenly cupped my face and kissed me. For real. His tongue effortlessly slipped past my lips, cool mint flavor flooding my mouth. I froze. The director froze. What happened to our carefully planned fake kiss? When Ethan finally released me, I gasped for air. He'd been blocking my nose the entire time. I glared at him. Wait. This wasn't the deal. We agreed to fake it. He licked his lips. Who said anything about faking? If we're stirring up dating rumors, might as well go all in. His casual confidence left me speechless. I could only keep glaring. Perfect. Raw emotions. We'll use this take. The director clapped excitedly. Later, I considered texting Sweetie to vent about this ambush kiss when inspiration struck. Ethan's secret social media account had been exposed, but mine remained hidden. Why not mess with him using my alternate account? After returning home, I logged into my burner account. To avoid suspicion, I waited over an hour before spamming his DMs. Hey Ethan, you free? Saw your new magazine spread, when can I meet the real you? How do you stay so perfect? I'd kill to touch those abs. Please notice me. I'm your biggest fan. I bombarded him with dozens of messages, leveraging my status as a top fan he'd likely recognize. Sure enough, that night brought a reply, "Thank you for your support." Seizing the moment, I instantly responded, "Are you filming something new? You've been trending so much lately." After a long pause came the bland reply, "Not particularly busy. Appreciate your support. No need to be so formal." I pondered before continuing. I saw the rumors about you and Hannah. Are they true? Ethan took a long time to respond. Thanks for your support. Was this an auto reply? Determined to make him engage. I self-deprecated, honestly. I don't think Hannah is good enough for you. He replied instantly this time. Unusually stern. Don't say that. It upsets her. My fingers froze over the keyboard. He continued typing, "If possible, please spread this message to other fans too. Stop talking about her. She's genuinely wonderful." I barely slept all night. So frustrating. Went looking for his flaws only to discover Ethan's playing dirty. We're supposed to have this ex-couple vibe, yet he's secretly being so nice. Made my cheeks burn all night. Thankfully, my cameo scenes had already wrapped filming. I touched my still warm face, staring at yesterday's chat log when Emily's call interrupted. Hannah, the current response has been great. We're planning to get you two on a dating show. What do you think? I leapt out of bed. A dating show? With Ethan? No way. No way. Emily kept explaining, this show's produced by our long-term partners. The quality and exposure are guaranteed, sign if there are no objections. My head spun. Refusal wasn't an option. But imagining those dating show scenarios, way too intense. Reality hit when I read the script. Hannah, what were you thinking? Did you actually believe this show would make you share a bed with Ethan? So naive. With Ethan's drama still filming, the dating show's production got delayed. When the wrap party invitation arrived, I waffled until Emily RSVP'd for me. Great exposure opportunity before your reality show premiere. I fell into contemplation. Since wrapping my scenes, I hadn't visited Ethan on set. Emily kept urging me, but I felt too awkward. After chatting with him on my alt account, I started dreaming about Ethan every night. Dreams of him kissing me left me flushed and too embarrassed to face him. Now with the wrap party approaching, I had to put on my professional persona again. Hesitantly I logged into my alt account and messaged him, "Congrats on wrapping up filming. Big bro." He replied, "Thank you for your support." Why so formal? You know I adore you. I typed back. He repeated, "Thank you for your support." To psych myself up for tomorrow's encounter, I launched into full fangirl mode through the screen. You're literally the best actor ever. Don't listen to the haters. Your new show's gonna break records. I'll vote for you on every chart forever. Never switching to another idol. After this passionate outburst, I finally regained my confidence. Ethan probably got overwhelmed by my enthusiasm and stopped responding. Satisfied, I turned off my phone ready for the big day. The wrap party was packed. with lead actors sequestered in the VIP booth. As a guest star, I hovered awkwardly near the entrance. Lily, who'd disliked me since filming, seized the chance to snipe. Isn't this the lead section? Since when do cameos rate VIP treatment? I froze at the doorway when Ethan's rich baritone sounded behind me. She's here as my +1. Got a problem? Before I could react, his warm hand closed around mine, pulling me into the booth. We're all the director's guests. Why make this petty? Lily's face flushed crimson. Not backing down. She sneered, pushing the CP narrative this hard? Even faking it for coworkers now? I gulped nervously. Ethan casually raised our intertwined fingers. Who said anything about faking? Both Lily and I stiffened. Since when were we holding hands? And since when was this not just promotional shipping? Other actors hastily lightened the mood. Damn. Getting third-wheeled here. Ethan's feeding us dog food tonight. Lily stormed off while Ethan sternly guided me to our seats. Throughout dinner, I marveled at his acting chops. When he meticulously peeled shrimp for me, his tender focus almost made me believe the act. He even fed me directly, oblivious to the oil smearing my lips as I numbly chewed. When his fingertip brushed lightly over my lips, I was the first to blush embarrassingly. After the dating show was scheduled, Ethan and I joined the production team together. Yet on our first day at the resort, I was stunned. The initial group assignments were determined by online popularity votes. Our efforts to build up our CP had paid off spectacularly, landing us at the top of the most anticipated couple rankings. But why did we have to share a room? The script never mentioned this. I stood frozen at the cabin door, my lips twitching. Ethan acted completely at ease, wheeling his suitcase inside without hesitation. He even turned back to call out, "Come unpack." As I hesitated, Ethan subtly glanced toward the corner where a camera was positioned. I knew he was reminding me about the filming. Reluctantly, I dragged my luggage inside. Thankfully there were 2 beds despite sharing a room. Ethan claimed the window side bed. "You get nervous easily," he said. "Better take the inner bed." My eyes widened. How did he know that about me? And why say it out loud? Annoying. After settling in, the director summoned us to the courtyard for opening recordings. Among the 4 couples were 5 actors and 3 singers, all people I'd worked with before. So not complete strangers. During introductions, staff brought out a tray. The director grinned mysteriously as we exchanged puzzled looks. "Each couple will draw a card deciding your first date location," he announced. "What kind of places are there?" someone asked. "The most luxurious option is a seaside candlelit dinner," the director explained. "The worst, well, just draw first." His hesitation made my stomach drop. I turned pleading eyes to Ethan. "You pick." "I have terrible luck with draws." He met my gaze steadily. "Believe in yourself. Whatever we get, good or bad, we'll own it together." Encouraged, I gritted my teeth and drew a card. Ethan's lips curved when he saw it. My momentary hope vanished reading, Mosquito Meadow. The director struggled not to laugh. "That's an untreated straw hut with only flatbread for provisions." My jaw dropped. What's it like squeezed onto a mosquito-ridden straw mat with Ethan? Pure regret for ever reaching for that card. 4 options. Why this one? Ethan remained unfazed, casually grabbing a flatbread to munch. I hugged myself tightly, desperately trying to ward off mosquitoes. The staff member entered with a mission card. "Hello guests. Since you've drawn the worst room, you can upgrade your dating location by completing tasks." I whined. "Do you have insect repellent?" The staff member smiled. "Complete the tasks to unlock it." I slapped my thigh. "Done. Let's do this now." The first task required raising our partner's heart rate. Ethan and I put on heart rate monitors. We needed both our heartbeats to reach 120 beats per minute within 5 minutes. I frowned at his monitor. Why's yours only 60? So slow? He glanced at me. You could make it faster. Propping my chin, I concentrated until feeling ticklish on my neck. Assuming mosquitoes. I turned to find Ethan's face inches from mine. He nuzzled my ear, then cupped my face and kissed me. My monitor started beeping wildly the instant I froze. 120 beats per minute already. Ethan watched me with amusement, blushing furiously. I retaliated by kissing him. His heartbeat only rose to 80. I pinched his arm. Training for the Olympics? Why so calm? He smirked. Whatever you say. Big talk for someone whose body isn't cooperating. I retorted. Then paused. Body. My gaze dropped. Before he could react, I ran my hand over his abs. His heartbeat jumped to 90. Ethan grabbed my wrist hoarsely. You. I stealthily lifted his t-shirt hem and slipped my hand underneath. His pupils dilated as the monitor shrieked. The staff gave us knowing looks. Congratulations on upgrading your date spot. I clutched the insect repellent like treasure while Ethan clutched his shirt indignantly. After filming Wrapped, I collapsed exhausted. Ethan trailed behind like a wronged bride. You ambushed me. Learned from the best. I shot back. He huffed in protest. He shuffled into the shower wearing slippers. When he came out shirtless, my eyes widened. Water droplets clung to the defined ridges of his abs as he casually towel-dried his hair. I stumbled backward. What do you think you're doing? He looked innocent. We've already done things. Does it matter? My face burned. The cameras are still rolling. You can't just parade around shirtless like this. This was racier than most R-rated movies. We were locked in a staring contest when staff knocked. Sliding a mission card under the door. Confession night. Hot water would only resume after completing the task. Ethan had already showered and didn't care. But I desperately needed to wash up. The task seemed simple. Show each other our pinned contacts on the messaging app. Yet Ethan stubbornly refused. I snapped. Ethan. I need to shower. He clutched his phone defensively. Who's stopping you? Why can't you show me? I pressed. His ears turned red. None of your business. I pointed at the cameras. They're recording. Want to trend as a player tomorrow? When he glanced at the lenses, I snatched his phone. Face ID unlocked it instantly. My breath hitched. Ethan's pinned contact was me. Me? The actor sprawled on the bed covering his face. Muttering shouldn't have looked. But the real shock was my contact name VIP. What's VIP mean? I never paid membership fees here. He retrieved his phone. Cheeks flushed. Means you're priceless. My jaw dropped. I'm literally broke. Ethan pocketed the device sheepishly, extending his palm. Your turn. I calmly produced my phone. The epitome of composure. Haha. I'm not worried. My WeChat doesn't have pinned chats. Except for family. Everyone's saved with their full names. I teased. I don't fan over celebrities. Nothing interesting in my messages. Ethan pursed his lips slightly, watching as my phone unlocked with our joint gaze. My calm facade shattered the next instant. I'd forgotten to log out of my alt account. The unlocked screen displayed my chat history with Ethan in glaring clarity. I lunged to blacken the screen, but not before he saw everything. His eyebrows shot up. You're busy, little honeybee? Absolute mortification flooded me. The ground should have swallowed me whole. Mere seconds ago I'd been laughing at him. Now I'd dug my own grave. Let me see. He insisted, chasing me around the couch. No. Absolutely not. I clutched my phone like a lifeline. He didn't force it, but tilted his head with dawning realization. Honeybee? Really? I shook my head violently. Nope. Not me. Never. Ethan calmly pulled out his own phone. My device buzzed repeatedly as he sent messages to my alt account. With each vibration, his smirk widened. "Honeybee, you've been exposed." My face burned. "That's not." I didn't. Never had I loathed a reality show's game design more. Thank God the cameras were off for this segment, my humiliation would have gone national. Ethan switched off our mics and covered the lens. Clearly enjoying himself. He sprawled on the sofa, idly scrolling while I sat rigid with tension. His rich baritone shattered the silence. "Why is Gidge so handsome? I want to do laundry on those abs. Your six-pack cured my astigmatism, I'm literally drooling. Let me charm you with my English eye. Love. You." Each syllable of my cringeworthy messages rolled off his tongue with devastating elegance. I lunged to cover his mouth. "Stop reading those." Amused eyes met mine. "What should you call me then?" After agonized deliberation, I squeaked out, "Your Excellency the Oscar winner." Ethan looked thoroughly electrocuted by the title. I covered my burning face in mortification. Ethan tapped my nose with exasperated fondness. "What do you call me?" Staring at the phone screen he shoved before me, I tentatively offered, "Ethan." He reclined against the cushion with visible satisfaction. Again. I itched to slap him across the face. Yet the damning chat history glowing on his device stayed my hand. Ethan, the man who'd endured months of my teasing, now reveled in his sudden upper hand. With theatrical flourish, he opened my social profile and began narrating my fan support posts in melodramatic tones. Defeated, I grabbed my own phone and mirrored his actions. If we were doing this, we'd go down together. Wait. Ethan hastily locked his screen, palms raised in surrender. "Truce. No friendly fire. You started it." I glared. He scratched his neck sheepishly. "My bad." As I crossed my arms in protest, Ethan suddenly leaned in. His face hovered mere inches from mine, close enough to count each lash framing those amber eyes, to trace the flawless canvas of his skin. What are you doing?" I stammered. He simply studied me with unnerving intensity before murmuring, "Admiring my most devoted fan." The sincerity in his baritone voice left no room for jest. Heat flooded my cheeks as I ducked my head. "Stop talking nonsense." Ethan cradled my face, forcing our gazes to meet. Our reflections danced in his dilated pupils as his thumb brushed my cheekbone. "Don't you want to see your biggest admirer too?" My eyes dropped to his bobbing Adam's apple. I swallowed thickly. "Do you?" He captured my trembling hand midair. "Like me?" The direct question froze my tongue. Memories cascaded, my teenage self thrusting the handwritten confession into his palms, only to find it crumpled in the trash hours later. The way he'd continued greeting me with detached politeness afterward, as if my vulnerability meant nothing. That day, my silent crush had shriveled and died. Now here he stood, the rising star in my entertainment industry senior, resurrecting ghosts I'd long buried. I thought our paths would diverge here, but when I saw the hate comments about Ethan, I couldn't control myself. I fired back without hesitation. My feelings for him were my own business, just as his indifference was his prerogative. That night, I changed my burner account ID to Ethan's fan page. I quietly supported him by managing his social media metrics, designing fan posters. To me, he'd always hold significance in my heart, I just couldn't let others know anymore. Returning to reality under Ethan's scorching gaze, I shook my head gently. "No feelings." His eyelashes fluttered. "You're lying." Meeting his eyes calmly, I insisted, "I'm not." He fell silent, scrutinizing my face like an investigator searching for cracks in testimony. But there were none. After years in entertainment circles, I'd mastered this level of performance. Ethan suddenly laughed. "Hannah, it's a shame they didn't give you Best Actress this year." I feigned composure. "Maybe you should petition the judges? Just tell me the truth." He pressed, smile fading. please? Closing my eyes briefly, I repeated, "This is the truth." The silence stretched until he finally choked out, "What if I said, I like you?" My eyes snapped open in disbelief. Ethan ran trembling fingers through his hair, avoiding my gaze. "I'm saying I like you. Really like you." Words caught in my throat. When he finally covered his face completely, I mechanically reached to pull his hands away. "But you rejected me before." He looked up, confusion etching his features. "What?" Summoning courage, I whispered, "The love letter I gave you, you threw it away." "Love letter? When?" His genuine bewilderment stung. He didn't even remember rejecting me. "Maybe, sophomore year?" My voice wavered. Tilting his head in concentration, he finally ventured, "The pink envelope?" At my nod, his complexion changed. At that time, I hadn't seen it yet. Ryan said the girl next door forced that on me. So he just threw it away. I froze. Ryan was Ethan's deskmate who'd pursued me before but got rejected. Come to think of it, I never actually handed that envelope directly to Ethan. That explanation made perfect sense. Ethan furrowed his brows. Had I known it was from you, I'd never have let him discard it. He pulled out his phone with stormy determination. I need to ask him why he did this. Seeing his thunderous expression, I quickly grabbed his hand. Don't. When he looked at me puzzled, I explained. Actually, Ryan confessed to me back then. I turned him down. Realization dawned on Ethan. But soon anger resurfaced. That's no excuse. How could he destroy something just because he couldn't have it himself? He's the one who told me you were already taken, making me give up on confessing after graduation. I snorted. Since when did you become so gullible? Ethan pouted. But I was such a dedicated fan. Couldn't you tell how sincere I was? Now I recognized my own denseness. You were always so aloof at work. Only because I thought you disliked me. He protested, looking aggrieved. I pinched his cheek, laughing. After clearing the air, we dove headfirst into dating life funded by the show. The dating show's filming became our playground. Producers carefully designed missions feeding each other snacks mouth to mouth. Exchanging wedding wine toasts turned into our personal flirtation fuel, while other couples blushed at intimate tasks. Ethan would heckle for more challenging missions. I stopped trying to curb his antics, secretly enjoying his boldness. The director could only sigh through gritted teeth, enduring daily doses of our overly sweet antics. On the final filming night, staff brought out a fruit platter and blindfold. If the gentleman guesses all fruits correctly, he gets to make a wish. Otherwise, the lady claims that privilege. I cracked my knuckles, ready to dominate. Ethan adjusted his blindfold with trademark cockiness. I hate bitter melon precisely because my palate's too refined. I glared. That desperate to beat me? Desperate for your wish. He grinned. I tugged his blindfold tighter over his nose, only to watch him ace every guess. Strawberry. Apple. Grapefruit. The camera crew gaped as he rattled off the correct answers like some flavor savant. My jaw dropped. This man actually meant his refined palate brag. The program crew had nearly exhausted all the prepared fruits for the guessing game. Yet Ethan hadn't made a single mistake. Annoyed, I took a bite of grape and leaned in to kiss his lips. Guess this one? Ethan's flawless guessing streak abruptly halted. He pursed his lips thoughtfully before admitting, "Can't figure this out. Try again." Obligingly, I kissed him once more. He pouted playfully. Still no clue. Another try? My naivety persisted until he suddenly cupped my head and kissed me fiercely. I dropped my fork in shock. We were surrounded by 18 camera angles in the surveillance-filled room. The broadcast later censored this moment, sparking furious live comments demanding uncensored footage. Truthfully, The producers showed mercy by blurring it. The raw version would have been too explicit for airing. During a joint interview when asked about our most fortunate event this year, I answered, "Grateful Emily booked me for that dating show." Ethan echoed my sentiment. The show mended our misunderstandings and spawned countless marriage vibe CP fans. When reporters probed, "How did you transition from divorce vibe to marriage vibe?" Ethan smiled. The divorce narrative was our protective cover. Marriage was always our truth. Backstage, our two agents stared wide-eyed as Ethan confessed to intentionally deleting that infamous tweet. I mentally noted to settle this later at home, though he remained blissfully unaware, flashing me that charming grin. During fan Q&A, someone asked about my contact name VIP in his phone. Was it really just about money? I turned curiously. His original explanation about my wealth had never convinced me. Ethan cleared his throat. Of course it's not that simple. He looked at me with evident pride. She's a very important person. Extremely significant. My cheeks flushed as I secretly pinched his palm. Leaning close to his ear, I whispered, "You're my VIP too." Under the camera lights, Ethan's ears turned beet red. After going public, Ethan and I actually spent less time together. With our work schedules no longer requiring fake dating promotions, we pursued separate projects and rarely appeared together. Every reunion became precious. He'd try stretching each minute into two. Often before car doors fully closed, he'd already pull me into passionate embraces. This led to our trending hashtags like #EthanHannah_FieryKiss, #EthanHannah_ParkingGarage, #EthanHannah_animated clips. Blurry and HD fan cams flooded social media. Eventually, fans grew desensitized, demanding spicier content while launching new marriage petitions. Initially, I'd blush and scold Ethan playfully, but gradually grew accustomed. Film projects kept us occupied for months, delaying wedding plans until our 4th year of fans urging. On our marriage certificate day, Ethan prepared a lavish feast. "Celebration time," he declared. I praised his thoughtfulness, but soon started vomiting violently. "Wife, is my cooking that terrible?" he asked, wounded. Covering my mouth, I shook my head and vomited again. "Maybe I'm out of practice. I'll relearn cooking." His pitiful mumbling continued until I couldn't bear it anymore. I handed him the pregnancy test. Staring at the 2 lines, he blinked repeatedly before exploding with joy. Spinning me around, he shouted, "Wife!" ruining my planned evening surprise. During pregnancy, Ethan constantly wished for a daughter. "Why?" I asked. "Because she'd look like you." He smiled. Eventually, we had a son. When I questioned his lack of disappointment, he cradled our baby blissfully. "I'll cherish anything you give me." That night, we posted on Twitter. It was a photo of 3 hands stacked together, large hands enveloping smaller ones. "We'll walk through the rest of our lives together." The end.